5. And it's prime time in Mexico, and it's a good start for Manny Ruda. Actually, Alfie White having to immediately drop back in behind the Alfa Romeo, and there's a three-wide battle between Denis Kostanov and Marcus Feld and Luca. Denis Kostanov actually falling out to those two. Alfie White looking to battle into turn 1. Marcus Feld up to 3rd position, and Luca doing well on those soft tyres. A good start as expected from them. Falling down the order is Kevin Yerling. He's lost out to Mad Max. He's had a good start here, and there's a yellow flag being waved through the first 3 corners. If he can keep those hards on until about lap 20, as we have a safety car, a virtual safety out there, because I think Mad Max has had a coming together with Emre, and the 2 reserves here coming together, and there's front wing damage for that Mercedes car. Yep. And the DRS becomes active for Luca, and Alfie doesn't get DRS from the car in front, so he's going to have to go super defensive in to turn 1, and he did indeed lose that position. Indeed he loses that position to Luca, so he does get by on those softs. He won't be panicking too much. He'll know that he'll have to suffer through the misery of a harder tyre later on in this stint, or even the mediums. Arno Herman's also falling down through the order. He's had a moment on those hard tyres. Our last week's race winner falling back through the order here on lap 4. So Denis Kostanov has DRS on Alfie White. Alfie White going over to the right. There's a bit of a snake forming down the straight, going back towards the racing line. It could be 3 wide into turn 1. Marcus Feld certainly looking to get involved in this battle, but Denis Kostanov goes around the outside of Alfie. Alfie has to go very deep into turn 2. That will compromise his exit through turn 3, and Marcus Feld will fancy a run here. Alfie White again won't have DRS because of that dual activation for single detection, and Alfie White just managing to know how he does fall behind Marcus Feld here. Marcus Feld up into 3rd position, still managing those softs well compared to his teammate. Yeah, so Marcus Feld really finding form on those softs. Late on, I'm surprised they're still giving so much grip.
Somebody spun Luca.
It's Luca. So Luca again spins. So those soft tyres just really struggling on heat deprecation. There's actually gets involved with the battle of Tony Mulder and Briss. And Briss, think, is just trying to get round the Alpine. Luca wants to get straight back involved.
I was even expecting him to pit the last lap.
Oh,
contact. Oh no.
There's contact up and down the field there. So Luca inside of Briss, that was. He made contact there, and then more contact with Jonah Force.
Yeah, be able to fight.
Oh, and Denis Kostanov, goes for a move into stadium section. That was nice, wasn't it?
Cannot catch up on the main straight. You have to go for it.
Look at that straight line!
The straight line speed of that Red Bull is absolutely incredible. He has just battled down to turn 1 with Denis Kostanov. He was under danger of being attacked by Alfie White. He still is, truthfully, as we ride on board with the McLaren right behind. But down the straights, there's just no hope in hell that Alfie White is going to be able to do anything against Marcus Feld here. Even though he's on that 10-lap old tyre, he's the one the masters of keeping tyres alive in the race. Seventh, he falls down to 7th. He'll fall down to 9th behind his teammate Jamal. He won't battle him too much, but Marcus Feld, who of course was in this battle early on, is still behind, so he didn't manage to close down that gap on Annie Ruda unless Denis comes into pits, which I'd not expect at this stage, and he does. So last lap for him was 1:20.397, and for the Annie Ruda, who's currently in 8th position, they will come over the line, and they will presumably take the lead of the race here. So we don't need to compare the times, but Denis K in, and Alfie White is also into pit. So is a number of other cars, as we expect Annie Ruda to actually take the lead of the Grand Prix, just overtaking their teammate, getting a bit of DRS for free as well. Denis Kostanov leaving the pits in 6th position, and 7th position for Alfie White. And actually Marcus battling for position with Jamal, and Jamal almost runs into the back of him. That was absolutely cigarette paper clearance, and Jamal goes very deep, was wanting to play rear gunner with Denis Kostanov for the lead of this race, but wasn't thinking about Marcus Feld, and maybe Denis Kostanov will go for a lunge up the inside of turn 4. That will be the outside of turn 5. If he doesn't get the move done, he does get the move done. Ferrari unit on Ferrari power unit, and it is Denis Kostanov who comes out on top on those much fresher mediums. Down straight to go, and it does neck and neck though. Look at this! Look at this! That is incredible.
Marcus is keeping up. Yeah.
No DRS, but Alfie White battling with Jamal in the background. He's not given up the fight so quickly here. Actually broken out as a 6-second toe of Kevin Yerling through the pits, and and there's a big off, and it's Marcus Feld into the wall. That's a wing off, and he's still somehow rolling around in this race, but he spins the car up, and I'd be surprised that could be a VSC at least with that wing off. It isn't. He does get resumed racing, and we do have green flag conditions, but Jamal into third position here, and because of Marcus Feld falling off there and battling off Alfie White, going very long into the race. This is absolutely the team game for Annie Ruder, but Denis Kostanov has picked up 3 seconds worth of penalties on those mediums. It will be EOS burn for the Haas, and he'll close and close down, and he looks to the outside because he wants the inside at turn 5, keeps 2 wheels in, and there's contact between the two. Annie Ruder robust in his defence. He'll try to look down the inside at turn 6. Can he get it done? No, there's contact. Denis K spinning. Here comes Alfie White into the lead of the Grand Prix. He goes into first. He has that 6-second penalty, but he goes into first here. Annie Ruder in second. He'll be devastated with the contact. He tried to back out of it, but it was a bit halfway Harry from him. And Jamal in third position. Denis Kostanov will be fuming.
What the f is this guy doing? Oh my god, I don't believe this.
Careful. Keep pushing. Stay focused, keep pushing.
Yeah, I am. He wants the win. He couldn't care for second position, but there's a safety car.
Full safety car.
Who has caused that safety car? Full safety car. That changes the complexion of this race greatly, and Alfie White will be so frustrated.
Come on, Kevin.
So I don't think he will pit. People will just prove me wrong all the time, and he proves me wrong. He's coming into the pits. He is. He is. Oh, and he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding. Oh, what was that about? The commentator's curse there, Fletcher Watson. Alfie White has cursed himself. Denis Kostanov also into the pits. He will be switching onto the soft tyre. Annie Ruder certainly looking back for the win here. And Fletch says that Big L, he's thrown it all away. He certainly has. Annie Ruder will be in a very good position here. Kevin Yerling not too far back. He could be thinking about second position. Safety car still in the pits. He's had a very high pace. And there we are. He goes. He slows and goes. And that creates a bit of a gap. Denis Kostanov is going to be under pressure here. But actually, no. Arudia has backed out of it, and actually it's Kevin Yerling in fourth who is the most under pressure, because Mivanes and Ben Mott are battling right behind Ben Mott on that pair of softs, attacking Mivanes on a pair of mediums. He's going to look to go up the inside. It's going to be contact between the two. There is Mivanes still fighting, keeping it in there, and there is contact. They touch, and there's cars behind trying to weave out of the way, and it's Luca. Luca has gone off. That is massive for the championship. He won't be picking up any points. Denis Kostanov needs to get into the lead of this race to wrap up the championship today. And, and Annie Ruder closing down for second position. That's the championship leader being overtook. Alfie White's broke very early. That's actually played. And there's contact. Annie Ruder and the Haas come together. He falls behind. Mivanes on an overtake. Adano Herman's there, and up the inside for fifth position. They both have a lot of penalties. Ben Mott, no penalties, just behind. He could be promoted up into third position. You never know, because Denis Kostanov has picked up another few seconds worth of penalties, and that is consequential because he will be losing out to Kevin Yerling. Even if Kevin Yerling did get another 3 seconds worth of penalties, Kevin Yerling, the more this goes on, the more patient he is. He's watching the race fall towards him. Of course, he'd like to win it first on track. Denis Kostanov closing down to Alfie White. This is the closest he's been, going around the outside into turn 1. Alfie White will hang it up the inside, and there's just a little touch between the two, and Kevin Yerling capitalises on it and gets by. Kevin Yerling up into second. He will try to keep within 6 seconds of Denis Kostanov, which probably isn't going to be too hard as long as he doesn't get a penalty here. Kevin Yerling will be winning his first Grand Prix of the season. Denis Kostanov will cross the line, but it will be Kevin Yerling who will jubilate and take the race win here today. Alfie White, we'll see where he finishes up. Annie Ruder in third. Briz up into third briefly. Where did Ben Mott finish? Ben Mott got a 10-second penalty right at the end there.